Imagine life with no porn. Imagine you're confident in yourself. Imagine you see a pretty girl on the street, you walk up to her, and you actually get her number. Imagine a world where whores don't walk on the street in front of kids. Imagine not being weak. We live in a world full of degeneracy. And I think that is one of the biggest reasons people aren't leveling up as quick as they should be. I want you to think about the past year. Have you been trying to make progress? If so, think about the biggest thing that's been holding you back. Let's say you wanted to do work. Let's say you wanted to, make a business, work on your business, or work on some homework, some type of work. I want you to think about the biggest distraction there was. 1, video games. 2, porn. And 3, social media. These 3 things are the biggest degenerate activities out there. You should be spending your time doing hard work, working on your business, doing homework, shit like that, shit that can improve you, shit that can improve your well-being, your life quality. But instead you're thinking about these things that can only bring you down. I want you to really think about how can any of those 3 things I mentioned, video games, porn, and social media, how can any of those really help you, like in a mental way? I bet you that the way you're using them now, they don't improve your life. I'm pretty sure the only one of those 3 that can in some way, one way or another improve you is social media, because that way you can advertise some sort of business. But that's basically it. I bet you that the way you're using social media is you're on your phone fucking 8 hours a day, doom scrolling, wake up, scroll on Instagram, you're at school, scroll on Instagram, go to sleep, scroll on Instagram. Maybe some free time, you play some video games. And when you're waiting to join a game, what do? You watch porn. It's just a cycle of degeneracy. It's the biggest thing holding you back. I was watching one of Hamza's videos where he was in Las Vegas and he was walking down the street and he saw just a whore, a prostitute, walking down the street near children. These children that live in Las Vegas, they're so exposed to sex, they're so exposed to this prostitution, this degeneracy, that eventually they'll think that it's normal. Yeah, it's normal for this woman to be wearing freaking 10% clothes all over, just around the street. They'll think it's normal. They'll start doing it too. That's degeneracy. We live in a world where sex is way too common. We live in a world where like sex and all these weird like sexual desires are way too common. If I go to school, what do you see? Girls wearing this fucking crop tops over here, showing so much skin. Yeah, sure, maybe in some scenarios, maybe in some cases, it could look nice. But I bet you 99% of the time they're just doing it because they want to fuck someone. They just want to do it because they want to feel like whores. 99% of the time it's like that. We live in a world where degeneracy is so common that not being a degenerate, actually focusing on yourself, being abnormal, is considered crazy. Like, immense. Wow, this person's actually trying to improve themselves? Wow, that's actually crazy. Isn't that weird? It's considered weird, it's considered abnormal that you're trying to improve yourself. Improving yourself and getting rid of all these degenerate bad habits can be one of the best things that you can do in your life. It can be one of the best things. It can literally save you. I want you to imagine you're 50 years old. Maybe somehow you've gotten a wife. But still, you watch porn. Every night before bed, you go to the bathroom, whip out your phone, and go on Pornhub. You're still addicted to it. Because you never thought about the consequences of your actions. You never thought about actually improving yourself. Have you ever thought about what porn, social media, video games, have you ever thought about what those do to you? What they do to your mind, to your perception? Have you ever thought about it? I kid you not, they literally make you stupider. Yeah, you're freaking watching porn, and I don't know, you see a fucking scenario, and then you start to naturally think, oh yes, this is a scenario because I saw it on Pornhub, and so now it's gonna happen to me because it looks natural. Oh my god, it's gonna happen to me one day. And then one day when you're on the street and you see a cute girl, you're not gonna approach her, you're gonna expect her to approach you. Because you're used to fucking watching porn with all those fucking prostitutes. That's what you're used to. So then you'll start expecting it. On social media, you're watching all these fucking huge bodybuilders. You're trying to improve yourself, you want to look nice. You're watching all these huge bodybuilders. They're all fucking taking steroids. And then maybe you're trying to stay natural. Eventually, you're going to start taking steroids. You're going to start taking these drugs. Because you're going to think, there's no way I can compete with these guys. This is what social media does to you. It ruins your perception of how much progress you've actually made. What you should do is just look like, I don't know, a year or two in the past. Take a picture of your physique now, 2 years later take a picture, and then compare the two. You've actually improved so much more than you think. You have to start getting rid of these bad habits. Because 1, you're either degenerate, or 2, you will fall into deep degeneracy. And you'll never make any progress with degeneracy in your life.